Hi everybody, welcome to Reality Hut. We're just talking about The Bachelor today.
Hello!
Oh. Hello. You being off on this journey.
I know. It's been hard for everybody. I know.
I love you so much.
I do. I love you so much.
We obviously come from very different backgrounds. So how do you intend to reconcile that?
You know it wasn't just like maple syrup, it's taking shots of maple syrup.
We kind of did that today. I guess
I would do that again
this food.
anytime.
I can absolutely picture my life with Zach. I'm very close to falling in love with him. It's not something I take lightly.
So last week it was 2 episodes in 1 week. We had one on Monday and Tuesday, and so it was hometowns and the women tell all. And so I just want to go through them very quickly because I really want to talk about the previews for the episode that comes out tonight, which is really juicy and intense. So we have Gabby who's first. She takes him to Vermont, and they just do like the cute little syrup tasting, and then they put a thingy in a tree and get some syrup out of it, and it's just really fun. And then he meets her family, and it goes actually pretty good. Like, they're fairly nice. So then we have Ariel. We go to New York because that's where she's from, and they go on a little day date, and they go to all these cute little places around town, and then he meets her family, and it didn't go good, like, at all. Like, her brother is very strict and he was very mean, and it just didn't go good at all. And so then we have Charity, and she's from Georgia, and so they go to Georgia and they have like a barbecue. So their date, the family meeting is first, so they go to a little family barbecue thing with all of her friends and all of her family. And her dad is so cute. He's just a cute old man, and I loved how he like talked and said things. And anyways, so then they go dancing, they go line dancing, and it was a good moment. I think it was really good to do it that way, because then afterward, if the family date didn't go that good, then you have time to like still have a moment together. Anyways, then it is Katie's date, and they go to Austin, and that's actually where they're both from. So they go grocery shopping and go to her house, and she has him build something. It's just supposed to be a day in the life of like real life. So their date is really cute, and then he goes and meets her family, and her mom means so much to her, and it's just like really like, her mom was so excited for her, and it was so cute, and just I loved it so much. Anyway, so that one goes really good. And yeah, and then a rose ceremony, he sends home Charity. And it was a very big blindside for her. She was not expecting it at all. And what I thought it was either going to be her or Ariel, especially because Ariel's family date did not go good at all. It kind of, like, because I kind of thought they were in the same place. Like, Zach was excited about them, but not quite sure about them. And so, but I guess for whatever reason, he is more into Ariel. So yeah, it was just crazy because the rose ceremony, Ariel gets chosen first, and me and my boyfriend, we like freaked out. We were like, what? Oh my god, who's gonna go? And then at the end, it's between Gabby and Charity, and I was like, oh my god, is he gonna send Gabby home? Like, what is happening? Anyway, he ends up sending Charity home. So anyways, moving on to the woman tell all. It ends up being like really fun and like lots of drama, you know. And there's just this, my favorite part, I couldn't find a clip of it, which sucks, but one of the girls that she went home night 1, she started giving her opinion about something, and then she gets interrupted by one of the girls, and the girl's like, girl, you went home night 1, and she was like, she clapped back real fast, and she was like, girl, you went home way later, and it's because Zach figured out your personality, and then he sent you home because he didn't like your personality. And it was like, boom. I was like, holy god, that was brutal, but it was hilarious at the same time. I was just like, ah. one of my favorite topics that was talked about was like Brooklyn. Like she was giving like the most sass, and like I loved it so much. I don't know why, but like her facial moments were like, her eyebrow was like like, you know, I can't even do it, but it was hilarious. And yeah, so this is one of my favorite moments from the Women Tell All.
How you spoke to me, how you spoke about my character.
And I will say it again. If
I'm
the
sure
shoe
you
fits,
will.
lace that bitch right on up.
So Brooklyn, I'll ask you now. You called Catherine's actions classless.
I did.
Okay, what was so disrespectful to you about that?
First of all, like we had just got done having a conversation about how Charity had her group date rose snatched. London, COVID, that sucked. That was snatched from her. And then, yes, she finally gets her moment. And then she thinks now's a good time. It didn't sit right with me. But again, if me calling someone's actions classless fit the narrative, I mean, there it is.
No, not how
we're telling someone.
Okay, so one of the hardest exits on the show this season was Jess, because she was the last person to get a one-on-one. She hadn't gotten one yet. She was very in her head about if he really wanted her. And so they ended up having a conversation and it blew up, and Zach ended up sending her home. And so she rewatches it, and because she's in the hot seat, and she rewatches it and she's like, you know, I wouldn't have done it any other way, because I wasn't going to beg for him to like me. And I didn't feel like he did, or it wasn't reciprocated, or he wasn't choosing me. And so she was very proud of herself instead of feeling regret of how it went. She was like, maybe we could have communicated better, but I wasn't about to like beg him for his love. I just wanted him to choose me. And so I love her. She's so sweet and cute. And anyway, so that was one of my favorite hot seat moments. And yeah, anyways, and then my other favorite was Charity got to come up and talk about her experience, and that he really did make her feel special, and that's why she was so confused. And anyway, so Charity actually gets picked to be the new Bachelorette, so she's our new Bachelorette, and we're all so excited for her. It's gonna be fun and cute. And yeah, so now we're going to talk about the preview for tonight, which is why I made this video, is because tonight's episode is going to be so crazy, and I am so excited for it. So let's watch this preview and we will talk about it.
It's not conventional, but I decided that there will be no sex of any kind for fantasy suites.
You really gonna be able to pull this off?
I feel like I let myself down, and I feel like I let the women down by saying one thing and doing another.
It's not fair. What the am I supposed to feel? Why am I putting myself through this pain? I don't know why I'm doing it to myself.
I don't want you to feel like I regretted anything that we did. That was a beautiful moment. It feels robbed. I'm sorry.
How am I to keep moving forward? I'm confused. I feel distant from him. I'm not happy. I literally just want to go home.
So basically you saw Zach makes a promise to the girls that there's going to be no sex. And then he breaks that promise and has sex with who I think is Ariel. Because the only things in that recap that show who he's opening up to and being like, I was intimate with someone, was Gabby and Katie. And so I'm pretty sure it's Ariel who he messes up with. And yeah, and it's kind of like messed up, because it's like, if you're not going to end up with her, like if he ends up with her and he ends up choosing her, then I don't see them having any problems, because he did choose her. But what if he chooses like Katie, and then Katie's like, well, you had sex with her and you didn't have sex with me? Like, what's wrong with me? Like, why didn't you break your promise with me? Like, I would feel very torn up and very upset. And yeah, and so just, Zach, you done messed up. We're all praying for you, but good goodness, man, like, why did you do that? You're not helping yourself at all. And he's like, in the part where he's like, it was a beautiful moment and now I feel like it's all ruined. And I'm like, well, you shouldn't have just made that promise in the beginning. you know? So anyway, I'm excited to see like exactly the details of what happens tonight. Tonight is going to be like the best episode of the season, I think. And yeah, so tune in, watch it, and then I will do a recap later in the week on what happens, and we will discuss. And yeah, so I'm excited. Let's do this. Let's watch it, and let's get back together later in the week. Okay, thank you. Bye.